This is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This is going to be a Worlds Collide deck. See what we get. I'm going to do my house guessing based on the name and humiliate myself further. We have Vermilion, no relation, Viana. That's funny. Well, I'm going to guess Untamed. Dees. Star Alliance. And we have Dees. Ooh. Untamed. Ooh, I'm two for two. Logos, not Star Alliance. You know, that would have been my next guess. I'm not sure why. Okay, well, this is an interesting setup. It has some potential. I'm trying to think what archetype in these three houses in Worlds Collide I haven't gotten and would like to get. I think getting multiple Infernuses with Exhumes and Regrowths would be cool, along with Dysanias. And Edis. I think I'd rather have that with Ronnie and Kymor than with Regrowth, but but it's still pretty interesting. That would be fun. Never sad to see a Zenzi. Yeah. Alright, we'll see. So I think we'll get the Dees first, right? Yeah. Okay, Binding Irons. Give your opponent 3 chains. Buzzle, 3 power beast with Skirmish and Play Fight. You may purge one of Buzzle's neighbors if you do ready Buzzle. We did get an Exhume. Nice. Bonus Aember, and when you play it, you choose a creature in your discard pile. You may play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. Cool. Just one of those. We have Imp Spectre, which is a 2-power imp with destroyed, purge a random card from your opponent's hand. Lilithal is a 5-power demon with fight, reap, capture 1. Okay. 2 of those. Interesting. A Malison. See, I wouldn't mind getting some capture in here and then have maybe a an IG and interdimensional graft in the logos. That could be cool. Malison is a 5-power demon with fight. You may move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line. Then if it's on a flank, it captures 1 from its own side. Oh, Misery Exploit. Gain 1 for each damaged enemy creature. Probably not going to have a lot of that, but we'll see. The Evil Eye. Gain an Amber, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. That's very good. Ooh, then we have Eye on the Fringes. Oh, okay, well that just made me way more interested in this deck. We have 2 more Dees cards to pick up, but Eye on the Fringes is a 1-power imp with Elusive, and it says during your turn, after you discard a Dees card from your hand, you may purge a Dees card from a discard pile. If you do, steal 1. It's great because you get to steal. In the worst case scenario, you're getting rid of the worst Dees cards that you have in your discard pile at the time in order to steal, which is great. Logos maybe could set us up for some power turns with Archives and this, and then the coup de grace, the really nice capping feature here is that, well, we have the Exhume, so we can get it back that way. We can get back the Eye on the Fringes that way, but also we have ways, if you're playing against Dees, like a good Dees deck, you can purge their cards instead, right? You can purge Control the Weak, you can purge Infernus, stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Ooh, I love 3 Fates with Eye on the Fringes because Eye on the Fringes certainly isn't going to be the biggest creature on the board unless there are no other creatures. So it's a good way to help keep the board clear for the Eye on the Fringes. That's great. It's an action with a bonus Amber, and you destroy the 3 most powerful creatures. Oh, and then we have Creeping Oblivion. That's more purge. Gain an Amber and purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. Would I rather have Bornet's Touch? Probably, but it's still really good. So yeah, this is nice. Okay, I like that D suite. We'll see what we get here. We're in Logos now. We got Cutthroat Research. That works well with the Evil Eye. Gain an Amber, steal 2 if your opponent has 8 or more. Just one of those. That's the perfect number. Information Exchange is an action that steals 1, but if your opponent stole from you on their previous turn, you steal 2 instead. Really good. 2 of those. Okay, so lots of steal in here for houses that, for not having shadows, right? And especially going to be hate for shadows. Quant is a 3-power human scientist with Reap. You may play 1 non-logos action card this turn. So we have the Creeping Oblivion, the 3 Fates, the Evil Eye, Misery Exploit, Exhume, and Binding Iron. So 6 options in Dees, not to mention whatever we might get in Untamed. So actually pretty good Quant deck so far. Sanitation Engineer is a 4-power cyborg scientist with Hazardous 1 and Reap, discard a card from your hand. That can actually be interesting with the Eye on the Fringes, because if you have the Eye on the Fringes out and you go Logos and you Reap with Sanitation Engineer, discard a Dees card, you can trigger that steal. So cool stuff. 2 of those. This has potential to actually be pretty good. This is like the one time I'm happy to see Sanitation Engineer. Tau Tau Vapors is an action. You draw 2 cards and you archive a card. Remember, I talked about us being helped by ordering if we can get good ordering. Wild Wormhole is an action that with a bonus amber, when you play it, you play the top card of your deck. That's cool. I don't see anything in here that I think I'd be likely to be really sad to see, right? Probably the most dangerous hit would be 3 Fates, but even that's probably fine. Maybe an early Exhume I'd be sad, but it'd be okay. Data Forge is not, I don't think that's going to be good in this deck. It's an action with a bonus amber. It says you may forge a key at +10 current cost, reduced by 1 for each card in your hand. We only have 1 card that archives, and then we actually have 2 cards that discard, so I don't think that's going to be very good. Oh, we do have that interdimensional graph. That's really nice. Bonus amber, and then if an opponent forges a key on their turn, they have to give you their remaining amber. That's really nice, and that even gets around things like Odoat because it's not steel. So yeah, really nice there. We have Positron Bolt. Ooh, this is good. Removal. Gain an amber. Deal 3 damage to a flank creature, 2 to its neighbor, 1 to the second creature's other neighbor. And then is this the last Logos card? Crazy Killing Machine. It's an artifact that exhausts to discard the top card of each player's deck. Now this I think I says from your hand, right? Yeah, after you discard a Dees card from your hand, which would trigger on the Sanitation Engineers, but it does not trigger on Crazy Killing Machine. Discard the top card of each player's deck. For each of those cards, destroy a creature or artifact of that card's house, if able. If 2 cards are not destroyed as a result of this, destroy Crazy Killing Machine. Very nice. Alright, let's look at the Untamed. And I think this is pretty good so far. Untamed, first card I see, Imprinted Murmook. I love it. 3-power beast with elusive, and it makes your keys cost 1 less. Amazing. Yeah, it's just really good. Okay, anytime I can forge for less, I'm happy. Ooh, we have a key charge. That's going to be really nice, especially since the data forge is so bad. Key charge is going to be good. When you play it, lose an amber. If you do, you may forge a key at current cost. Now, I'm hoping we get some ability to burst in Untamed. We'll see. But we can use this with the Quant, too. So, maybe you steal 4 with Cutthroat Research and 2 information exchanges, Reap with Quant, and then key charge, right? I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Molfin is a 3-power beast with Hazardous 3, and it says after amber is stolen from you, deal 1 to each enemy creature for each amber stolen, along with the information exchanges. That's a lot of steal hate going on here. Mustic Murmook is a 4-power beast that says each player's keys cost 1 extra, and when you play it, you deal 4 damage to a creature. So a little more board control here. I like it. We have a Rusnar. That's a 4-power beast and insect with Fight, destroy an artifact. If that artifact had an amber bonus, you gain that much amber. So good amber control there, or good artifact control rather. The one bummer is, it's not a huge creature, and we don't really have anything to boost it. So that, makes it a little iffy whether we're going to be able to get that destruction out of it. But hey, the Fittest helps. It's an action with a bonus amber. It gives each friendly creature a +1 power counter. Turns your Rusnar into a 5. Turns your Imprinted Murmook into a 4 with elusive. That's great. Turns your Eye on the Fringes into a 2-power elusive. Turns your Lilithals into 6 powers. Your Malice on 2. That's pretty nice. And, of course, this is a quant target, so cool stuff. Unsuspecting Prey, another quant target, deal 2 damage to up to 3 undamaged creatures. Decent board control there. Ooh, Instrument of Silence. So this is an upgrade that gives the creature it's attached to skirmish and fight gain 1. So good targets for this so far. Rustnar, obviously. Especially if we use the Fittest to make it a 5-power Rustnar. We put Instrument of Silence on there. Now suddenly it's 5-power skirmish, gain 1, destroy an artifact, gain any bonus amber from the artifact. That's amazing. Putting skirmish onto Malison would also be very good. Mab the Mad is a 2-power fairy with a bonus amber, and after it reaps, you shuffle it into your deck. Ooh, we have Mimicry. That's great. And that, of course, can be used with Quant as well. Mimicry, when you play it, you treat it as a copy of an action card in your opponent's discard pile. Very nice. A little bit of anti-synergy there with Creeping Oblivion and possibly with Eye on the Fringes, because you're going, Creeping Oblivion and Eye on the Fringes, if your opponent has control, they're going to tempt you to be purging your opponent's best actions, whereas Mimicry would like to have those available to copy, but either way you win, so it's not bad. Pampaka Enga is a 5-power beast that makes creatures to the right of it on the battle line have +2 power. Really nice, again, if with some of the fight creatures like Malison and Rustnar. I'm less excited, and I like it with the Eye. It's a little scary with 3 Fates. But that's really just one card that cares, so I think it's okay. And last card, ooh, Creative Nature, interesting. So this is an artifact, it's a power, and it has Omni, sacrifice it. If you do, choose a creature. For the remainder of the turn, that creature gains Skirmish and Assault X. X is its power. So you sacrifice it, choose a creature. For the rest of the turn, that creature has Skirmish and Assault, whatever its power is. So unfortunately, by default, the only creatures we have in here are creatures that are one-time use. Like, we don't have the ability to use a creature twice in the same turn. But, turning Rustnar, giving Rustnar Skirmish with this is good. Giving Malison Skirmish is good. So that's pretty good. Even Lilithal. There's not really anything here that doesn't fit well together. The Quant has a lot of good targets if you keep the Quant on the board. It's actually a good Quant. We have good Amber control options, none in Untamed, but we do have some ways to gain Amber in Untamed and a little bit of artifact control. That's nice. Drop our own cost, increase the opponent's and ours, but key cheat. Good stuff in Logos. Yeah, well, good Amber generation in Logos. Decent Amber generation, and especially good steal if we can keep that Eye on the Fringes out in D. So I think this has quite a bit of potential. I am looking forward to trying it out. This is Vermilion, no relation, Viana. Hope you enjoyed, and that you'll get out there and forge some keys.